In the wake of explosive new revelations tied to Jeffrey Epstein, a charity founded by Sarah Ferguson is now shutting down. Sarah's Trust, the international charity launched by the former Duchess of York, has announced it will close for the foreseeable future. The decision comes just days after the U.S. Department of Justice released a massive new trove of Epstein-related files, more than 3 million documents, shedding fresh light on Epstein's relationships with powerful figures across the world. Among them, new details about Sarah Ferguson's friendship with the convicted child sex offender. A spokesperson for Sarah's Trust confirmed that the decision to close had been discussed for several months, but acknowledged the timing comes amid growing public backlash. In a statement, the charity said, quote, "With regret, the chair and board of trustees have agreed the trust will shortly close for the foreseeable future." They emphasized pride in the charity's work, listing partnerships with more than 60 organizations across 20 countries. During the COVID pandemic, the trust claims it delivered over 150,000 aid parcels and provided medical aid and training in war-torn Ukraine. But despite those efforts, the damage appears irreversible. The closure follows a wider exodus. 7 charities, including the Teenage Cancer Trust and a children's hospice, have already cut ties with Ferguson. Adding to the intrigue, reports now suggest Sarah Ferguson has quietly left the UK as questions surrounding her past associations continue to mount. Sarah Ferguson has reportedly fled the United Kingdom as newly released Jeffrey Epstein emails drag the disgraced former Duchess back into the spotlight. The move comes just as bombshell messages made public by the U.S. Department of Justice reveal the extent of Ferguson's contact with Epstein years after his 2008 conviction for sex trafficking minors. Now, as questions swirl and scrutiny intensifies, Ferguson is said to be overseas, searching for a new home and possibly distance from a growing controversy. Sources reportedly say the former Duchess of York will remain abroad for several weeks as she considers where to live next, with her deadline to vacate Royal Lodge fast approaching. The historic Windsor residence, long shared with Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, is being relinquished as the former prince prepares to relocate to Marsh Farm on the Sandringham estate, purportedly funded by King Charles. Ferguson, however, is said to be organizing her future independently, with her royal ties now significantly diminished. But the timing of her departure has raised eyebrows. The latest tranche of Epstein files, released by the U.S. Justice Department, contains a series of emails exchanged between Ferguson and the late financier, dating from 2009 through 2011. The messages show continued contact well after Epstein's conviction and include language critics are calling deeply inappropriate. In one email sent in 2010, Ferguson refers to Epstein as a legend and thanks him for his generosity and kindness. She writes, quote, "You are a legend. I really don't have the words to describe my love, gratitude for your generosity and kindness. I am at your service. Just marry me." In another exchange, sent the following year, Ferguson appears to congratulate Epstein on the birth of a baby boy. Less than 10 minutes later, she follows up with a message expressing hurt, suggesting she felt used as a conduit to then Prince Andrew and upset she was not told about the alleged child. There has never been public confirmation that Epstein had any children, though more than 100 people have since claimed he could have been their father. The emails also reveal Ferguson asking Epstein for financial help and referring to him as the brother I have always wished for. In a 2009 message, she thanks him for praising her in front of her daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, writing that she had never been more touched by a friend's kindness, end quote. Fergie and Andrew's daughters are mentioned repeatedly throughout the correspondence, raising fresh concerns over Epstein's proximity to royal family members. In one 2010 email, Ferguson references Princess Eugenie being on what she explicitly describes as a shagging weekend with her now husband, Jack Brooksbank. In another exchange, Epstein asks whether Beatrice and Eugenie, then aged 21 and 20, were available to say hello while he was in London. Ferguson responds that Beatrice was with Andrew while Eugenie was away with cool boyfriend. As the fallout grows, Ferguson's future remains uncertain. Her spokesperson says she is assessing a number of options and has not made a final decision about where she will live. Reports that she may move in with Princess Beatrice or Princess Eugenie have been firmly denied. Another source suggests she may be looking for a property near Windsor, close to where she lived for nearly 2 decades. But as Epstein's shadow once again stretches across the royal family, one thing is clear. Sarah Ferguson's past connections are now colliding with her present reality, and the scrutiny shows no signs of fading.